My name is David Dunbar, or the Theme Park Evangelist. I decided to show up at the Creation Museum less than an hour before they closed to the public because I have been informed that as of June 8th, Andy Beshear has allowed all of the museums in Kentucky to reopen to the public. So, the Creation Museum and the Ark Encounter both fit into this category. No, obviously, I don't have time to go to the Ark Encounter today to show you guys what's going on with that. So, Sunday afternoon, make sure that you check out my YouTube channel to find out what is going on with the Ark Encounter as far as COVID-19 stuff is going on. So I'm here to show you guys how the Creation Museum is trying to protect all of you guys with the pandemic. Now, obviously, I can't go into the cafe at this point because it is closed. So while I'm walking over, I'm going to tell you guys that coming from my dad, who does work in the cafe, every single time a table gets vacated by any kind of group of people, they are required to clean not just the table but the chairs as well, and they have to use like disinfectant. My brother has to like really deep clean the restrooms now. He works here in housekeeping. He's like basically a janitor of some type, of just with a fancy title. So he and many others, of course, have to do like really deep cleaning with the restrooms. So I figured that I would let you guys know about that. I'm just going to head to the museum. I'm going to try to find stuff that has to do with COVID-19 and then head on out of here. I don't think I'll be here too long. I didn't have to pay for parking. Thankfully, this didn't cost me anything, so that's also why I came over here, because of Kings Island. So I still get in for free with that, which is ironic because I worked there last year, not this year, and of course they're not even open yet. But it'll be really interesting when I do get to go and show you guys what they're going to do for COVID-19. So today's been a kind of a sad day for me because of the fact that Splash Mountain is getting a retheme. They made the announcement this morning at 9. Disney is changing the theme to The Princess and the Frog. I really don't know how I feel about that, to be honest. But, Disney wants to be politically correct, so what can I say? Now we're coming up on some more COVID-19 stuff, so time for me to turn on the camera and show you guys. So, of course, I kind of showed you guys these signs earlier when I did that in my intro. So, of course, you have the welcome notice. We are so happy to have you join us today. Please know that we have taken special precautions to secure your safety and prevent the spread of the coronavirus. Still, no facility can provide a guarantee against exposure or infection. Please enter at your own discretion. Keep everyone safe. Number 1, social distancing. Keep 6 feet apart. Number 2, wash hands. Number 3, cover the cough or sneeze. Number 4, feeling unwell. And there's the public safety number right there. So I'm going to head inside. I'm going to kind of show you the stuff that I know that Answers in Genesis has done to prevent the spread of the infection. I know that Kentucky is the lowest state for COVID-19 right now, which is amazing. So very happy to hear that. Of course, I'm here to promote Answers in Genesis and show that they're really trying hard to, make people feel safe with this pandemic going on. Looks like the entrance is over here right now. That's kind of unusual. Let's go on in. So on the floor, I noticed that they have 6 feet markers. That's kind of cool. Kind of glad I came here so late because this gave me the opportunity to come when it's kind of quiet and not have to worry about all these people just kind of hanging around. Of course, they got more of the signs over here. I don't know if I've ever mentioned this before, but this recently got turned into a gift shop. More 6 feet markers scattered throughout. I kind of want to show you guys what they are. how they're really like protecting people at the restrooms, which it makes me very happy that they're doing all that. Really good fudge over there if you've ever tried Leroy's fudge. I'm surprised that they're still doing shows. Of course, there's the cafe. Obviously, they have 6 feet markers. I'm sure they have tables closed off in there so not everybody can be that close together. Kind of what they're doing in the sit-down restaurants right now. Obviously, they don't want people too close together when you're waiting in line for Noah's coffee and ice cream, so they very carefully placed the stickers apart, and I'm very happy to see that. Also, while I'm over here, I should mention, I almost forgot, the Planetarium just got reopened. They spent several months working very hard to get everything updated, and it looks absolutely beautiful. I am very proud of Answers in Genesis. You guys did a great job on it. Can't wait to see it very soon. I'm going to be taking my surprise, I guess you could say, here. I mean, I don't really know how else to put it otherwise. I'm going to take you guys kind of over to the restrooms. Obviously, I'm not going to vlog in the restroom, but I'm going to at least kind of hang around the restroom. So obviously nothing looks different over here. So ironically, the water fountains are uncovered here at the Ark Encounter. They have like a bag over it so people can't use it because, you know, the Ark Encounter has high amounts of people that come through. So for everybody's safety, they're trying to prevent people from doing it. The Creation Museum does not get as many people, so they're not as worried about it here. And of course, they still have 6-foot markers around, which is cool. No, I don't really have a reason to sit or like take my time looking through everything. I just kind of wanted to quickly go through the whole thing and show you guys if there's any COVID-19 stuff. They got another sign right there. I don't remember the sign being there. I do remember that from when I came here months ago. But then again, maybe it's just been so long I just completely forgot. Of course, it's quiet now, so it's going to be super easy to walk through this whole entire thing. Everything's the same as normal. I don't really see any like changes. Obviously, everything is very clean, as you guys can see. I'm sure I'm getting a lot of weird looks like, what is this guy doing walking around with his phone? This area I literally spent 2 hours in the first time I came through here. This is kind of why I want to take my surprise here, because this surprise hasn't been here in a long time. So I guess you could say that is a person, but I'm not saying who. And obviously this person has no idea that all this, you know, stuff got added on recently. I really like this area. It kind of reminds me of a college. I like all that. There's more restrooms. I'm sure that they've got you know, more stuff in there. Obviously, never want to vlog at a restroom. Not a good idea. Now you guys will get to see the 7 Seas of Creation as I'm kind of like walking right through it. And every bird of the air. So of course we're in the first sea right now. This is Creation. So cool, you guys get to see the Creation Museum in its full entirety at the same time. I'm looking for COVID-19 stuff. How did that work out? It is not good that the man should be alone. Well, other than the fact that Satan's hanging out right there. That's actually really pretty. So now we're going to the second sea, which is corruption. There's Adam and Eve. Satan. Yep, this is 9/11. I don't like this section. I try to walk through it, of course, as quickly as I possibly can. There was the first sacrifice right there. And then, of course, because of sin, we've got, you know, meat-eating raptors like him. Oh, we actually got people just walking around. Of course, now people have to like take care of the land, stuff like that. So you know that makes sense. Obviously, I don't want to get too close because of COVID. So I'm trying to be careful. So it's gonna be fun to try to squeeze on by, you know. So of course, this is my brother's favorite thing to annoy me with. Well, it used to be anyhow. This was the original size of the Noah's Ark that they had until they made the new one. There's Methuselah. But now we're in catastrophe, so of course this whole section is dedicated to the Ark Encounter, so I'll show you guys. This is by far my favorite picture of the Ark Encounter. Isn't it beautiful? Look, there it is. I can go see that whenever I want. I was just there not that long ago. But of course I had to go back on Sunday to show you guys YouTube footage. You know, COVID-19 stuff. Plus, I've never actually done an Ark Encounter vlog, so it'll be a one-of-a-kind vlog, so it's going to be a little long. There's the Ark. The Ark on the water. Footage of the Ark on the water again. They have the same kind of thing over at the Ark Encounter, but I think it's different questions. Check this footage out. If I haven't shown it before. This is how quickly the Earth flooded. Alright. More stuff you can find over the Ark Encounter, and then the Ark on Mount Ararat. Alright, let's move on. Because now we're going into the next sea. Oh, we got more people. Cool. Well, we should be soon. We're still technically in catastrophe. Now, obviously, you know, face masks are still encouraged, which makes sense. Now we're in confusion. I'm actually quite impressed that there's still so many people. The last section did not last very long because we're already going to the last few sections. One of my favorite memory verses, not my favorite, obviously Philippians 4:13 is. More restrooms down that way, but I wanted to show you guys more stuff if I can even find more COVID-19 stuff. Yep, there is more social distancing markers. Sometimes they do use this, not often. Obviously they have it marked out perfectly so you're not too close to everybody, but thankfully they don't use this all that often. They got more signage to point to you where to like go get your condom and stuff like that kind of earlier. And then because Buddy Davis's Dino Den is kind of small, they have arrows pointing where you need to go as well for that. And then same thing for Dr. Crawley's Insectatorium, which I want to show you something funny with that. No flash photography. Photography is permitted, but please refrain from using flash. I don't know what that means, video. because it doesn't say anything about that. So I did want to show you at least this one thing. Keep everyone safe. Please interact with this exhibit at your own discretion. Wash your hands often during your visit. Sanitizer will be located throughout the facility for your use.
Tell us, so be sure to hang on. As a ground beetle in today's post-fall world, these fine fellows rush to and fro looking for prey like small caterpillars or other insects. But if he catches the eye of a lizard, frog, or other would-be predator, watch out, for he lives up to his name, Bombardier, quite well, because God gave him an incredible two-cannon system that at a moment's notice suddenly explodes in the face of anything that wants him for a snack. Ready? Aim! Fire! Pretty simple defense, right? Why, on the contrary, the system is actually quite complicated. A closer look at this fine specimen, we see that separate chambers store different chemicals that, when combined in exactly the right place and the right time, trigger an explosion from his tail end that is 212 degrees Fahrenheit. Ooh, that's piping hot, folks! God meticulously designed a one-way valve system that only allows the special explosive chemicals to mix with a catalyst in the final reactive chamber. And then, as they vaporize, the gases are immediately shot outside the beetle at the unsuspecting predator in a pop, 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 machine gun-like fashion. Here is a great example of irreducible complexity. That is, every part needs to be in place at the same time, or the whole system will not work. Why, imagine that an ancestor of Bombi happened to get a mutation that allowed those chemicals to react and explode, but without the right chambers and valves to protect the beetle. Kaboom! That's the end of these industrious beetles. Slow and gradual evolutionary processes could never account for the precision and intricate design that goes into this beetle's defense system. If God cared enough to design this little creature with these amazing cannons to protect himself, how much more does he care for you, the crown jewel of his creation?
You know he's right.
So, would you like to choose another topic? Just select one from the monitor there below.
I think I'll let you get back to work now, but thank you so much for your time. Pretty fascinating, right? So obviously, as you see, the arrows are kind of pointing this direction, and there's another sign right there that I was reading to you guys earlier. So now it's time for us to go up here and then come back around, and we'll manage to get out. Obviously, don't go get zeros, even if it is quiet. I got a little time, so let's go ahead and go upstairs and come right back around again. Here's something fascinating. Did you know that all of these sculptures or whatever you see were all designed by Buddy Davis? Pretty crazy, right? So unfortunately, that didn't really do anything for me. I guess you do kind of have to go against the arrows at some points, but that's okay because there was nobody there, and at least I got to show you guys that thing anyway. Anyways, guys, let's follow the arrows out of here, and let's go see if we can find anything else outside the museum as we're heading out, since I've shown you guys all the COVID-19 stuff on my way to the museum and inside the museum. Keep following the arrows, obviously.
At the Ark Encounter.
Oh, look, there's Ken Ham.
Located in Williamstown, Kentucky, 45 minutes from the Creation Museum.
There's the stairs we have to take to get out of here. You know, obviously, this is the room that they're going to be a little bit more worried about social distancing. So that's why the, markers are all 6 feet apart for sure in here. I mean, obviously, they all been 6 feet apart, but there seems to be a lot more of them within this vicinity, obviously, and for good reason, of course. But it is time for me to head out this door and take the scenic route out. I was almost going to wear my sunglasses, but I decided against it. I knew I wasn't going to be gone for very long. So for now, I'm going to keep the camera pointing forward. But that doesn't mean that I won't have it back at me later. I almost forgot there's restrooms over here. Creation Education Lab, cool. But yep, it's time to start heading back towards the car. You know, obviously I don't feel like I wasted my time. Oh goody, somebody left their face mask. So yeah, you know, guests are highly encouraged to wear face masks. The employees are required to wear face masks. I know it's a tough one. No, I did, you know, not mention it earlier, but there's the dining area, kind of right there for the outdoor section. Obviously, social distancing does not really apply in the outdoors. And when I turn the camera back around, oh, by the way, check this out. Bees. Lots of them, too. They must really like that flower. That's really weird. But yeah, over there in the outdoor section, that's where social distancing does not really apply as much. But yeah, as I said, like when I turn back around the camera, after I get away from these bees, obviously, that's when I will explain all that. I can't believe how close I was to them. And I was only a little nervous, but you know how that is. So the reason why social distancing does not really take place outside, like with restaurants, for example, the reason why is because sunlight kills off the virus, which is amazing. So, you know, inside you have to be a little more careful. That's why the 6 feet apart thing applies more inside than it does outside. So you'll notice, like with a lot of restaurants, for example, they won't like allow as many people to sit inside the restaurants, but outside, you know, you can get away with it a little bit more. You know, and this, you know, same thing here, the same thing at the Ark Encounter. It's same thing when Disney reopens, the same thing at Universal. It's just one of those things. I'm gonna patiently wait while they take their picture. I don't want to get in the way or anything. Now, before I keep heading out, I wanted to point out the sign. I might have shown it before. So this was, of course, last year's cups, but because of the fact that Anderson just sadly had to close for 3 months for COVID-19, they have decided to extend 2019's into next year. So instead of it being expired at the end of February of this year, here I'll zoom in on that, good for the entire 2020 season, it now ends February 28th, 2021. So that means that a cup that I have back at home in my cupboard, I can use here and the Ark Encounter all season long, which is incredible. The only issue I have with it is I have a hard time putting the lid back on right, so I'm always spilling soda everywhere. It's annoying. And so I'm like leaking soda all over myself. I'm like, no, I'm such a mess, you know. What the heck is that? Oh, it's a bunny rabbit. No way. I was like, what? Yeah, you see those sometimes. It looks like they're getting all the electric carts and bringing them back in for the night. Well, guys, I'm going to end the vlog here. I know this is kind of a strange place to do it. I was thinking about doing the car, but then I remembered my brother's working right now. So I was going to call him and see exactly where he is. And you know, this is such a pretty area. Why not end it here instead of my boring car that you guys always get to see? You guys don't get to see stuff like this all the time. So I'm gonna find out exactly where my brother is, just say hey to him really quick, and then I'll see him back at the house and tell him what's for dinner. Because we're having shepherd's pie. I don't have to go to Frisch's Big Boy now, which is good. And I have to message TJ still. Oh, cool, they're watering this whole area. That's kind of cool. But, yeah, guys, I really hope this video was, or YouTube vlog was informative. Obviously, when I get home, I'll have it edited and uploaded to YouTube, so until then, I will see you guys in the next vlog. And always remember, you can do all things through Christ who strengthens you. Have a great day. Peace out.